Okay, here we are, March 24th, 2017. I'm with Melissa Pixley at Red Roost Farm, and we're putting in 3/16 maple line. Now, why are we going with 3/16?
Because if you're going uphill, it creates a vacuum.
What's the difference between 5/16 and 3/16, in your opinion?
Night and day. It's the 3/16 pulls the sap down the line. You get a lot more sap that way.
Because of capillary action, even though it's a smaller diameter inside, you would think you'd get less sap, but it actually pulls it out of the trees more. Very good. So what have you done here? You've got a Blake's hitch knot.
Yep, Blake's hitch knot, which makes it so that when you cut the line to put the T in and the tap, the lines won't separate and pull apart on you, and it makes it so you don't have to buy that $300 tool.
Right. So you've got two knots there. We've started at the bottom, and we're putting our spiles in from the lower section to the upper section. Now, are you going to take that knot out completely?
This one?
Yes.
Not completely. I'm going to leave one side of the knot on and take the other side off.
Okay, why is that?
Well, that way I don't have to retie one of the knots. I'll just slide it up to the next tree.
Can you show us?
Sure. So first I'm going to loosen the Blake's hitch knot up, which is nice because this knot will slide in one direction but pulls tight in the other, which makes it so that the lines don't pull apart on you. So I'm going to just untie the knot that I'm not going to be able to slide up the tree, obviously.
The lower knot.
Because it's on the wrong side.
Yep.
So undo that real quick.
So the first thing we did, you ran your line through all your trees. You found 30 taps.
Right, I found the 30 taps because you don't want more than 30 taps on a 3/16 line, or it's not recommended. Just because any more than that, and
it's a waste.
It's not really a benefit. You're just getting the same amount of sap. And
according to Cornell research, right?
Right. Well, somebody's research.
I think it was Cornell University.
I don't know.
Okay, show us your technique.
I'm going to slide this up here to the next tree because this knot slides so nice and easy.
That way you don't have to retie two knots every time, right?
I only have to tie one knot. So then I'm just going to tie my knot. So I kind of use my finger as a gauge to keep the knot loose. I wrap it around about 6 times. And then I try to get my finger back. Then I'm going to come around the front of the knot, slide it through, all but the end basically, and then just pull the knot tight. And then, actually I wanted those closer together, so I'm going to redo this. You get to see it 2 times. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to pull my finger out of there. I'm going to come around the front, go through all the loops, except the last one. So I wrap that 6 times. You can wrap it more. I think you can wrap it probably less. I just think, since I have 6 kids, it's a nice number.
Nice.
So you pull that tight, then I'm going to, you want these all to line up. You don't want them on top of each other. You want the knot to work efficiently. So I'm going to slide it down here to my tree, pull the ends apart so that they're nice and tight. And then I'm going to pull up some slack in the line so that I have an area to work with.
Very nice. It leaves a loop. And now you've started at the bottom of your run of your 3/16 line. Why did you start at the bottom instead of the top?
Well, because we already ran one 3/16 line, and when I asked my husband where I should start running the tap, he told me at the top of the line. But what happened when I did that, and I was here all alone, or else he probably after the first or second would have told me to go to the bottom and work my way up. What happened was the sap was coming through the line so fast that when I tried to heat the line up to put the keys in, I just got soaking wet. It was just running all over me. And I was probably saying some curse words. And
probably your husband meant to put all the drops in, or your spiles, and then come back and tap the trees.
My husband wasn't specific enough, and so I didn't.
Fantastic.
So the next thing we're going to need is the box of spiles that's behind my husband, who's behind the camera.
Behind the farmer's husband.
And we pre-made these in the house, just using some hot water, dipped the ends in each for 5 minutes just to make the plastic a little more flexible. And I used the table to push straight down because the last tees that I made were getting some air, so it wasn't creating a really good vacuum. Because I was trying to push them in, and when I did, I think it made the, it
wobbled the hole and it made it too big.
Yeah, it made the hole too big, so some air was gaping in around. So anyway, put it in.
So the last video we had, we used a lighter to soften up the plastic line.
But what we were told by one of my husband's
coworkers, friends,
is that if you use the lighter, it can actually make the plastic hard when it cools down.
And then it doesn't pull good around it doesn't tighten up nicely around the barbs on the tees.
Yeah, so it can just pull off and cause
leaks and air gaps, right?
Anti-suction. Okay, so then I'm just going to cut the line. And instead of using a lighter, we have a thermos of hot water here. Got it to almost boiling. So what we do is dip the end in here for, count to 10 or whatever. And probably going to cool off before I can get it on there because I'm doing this one-handed here for one person.
Yeah, because I'm taking a video.
Yeah. Oh, it's working.
The idea is the hot water warms up the end, but it allows it to cool off and shrink back down. And stay flexible. It doesn't harden. That's a genius idea. Thank you, Tim.
Yes. Tim, you are a heckin' genius.
And that's it. So we're going to put all these drops in that have our spiles on them. And then we're going to come back once we're happy with where they are, drill our holes and put our taps in, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
From the bottom up.
Good video, dear. So here we are at the end of a long, hard day of putting taps in trees and trudging through knee-deep snow. So what are the results of all your work today?
We have another 3/16 line.
How's it doing?
It's doing great. It's a nice steady stream in the other bucket.
Okay, I see the one we put up a couple weeks ago.
Get the light blue one here.
That's amazing.
And again, here's the 5/16 line. Just hanging out, doing nothing.
Really?
Yep.
Just hardly a drip.
Yep.
I can hear the other one. Oh my gosh, look at that.
It's running faster than Mason's nose.
Well, then I would say today was a successful day. It sounds like somebody left the faucet on.
This is so cool.
Good job, honey.
Good job, honey.